All right, it seems everybody is doing the low masteries for season 4, and I decided, I normally do these anyways. So I mean, I had one for season 2 and I had one for season 3, so I might as well do one for season 4. And remember, things can change before they're released, so maybe some of these won't be the same. And concerning the jungle, I've already seen some of that are amazing. So I'll just break it down right here. Remember, 1.1 wonders tend to be really good for junglers because you just kind of want to get to the lower tiers, and these things are great to put. Anyways, first things first, the offensive tree. The feast. Killing a unit restores 2 health and 1 mana. This one's debatable. On some characters, I could see it being useful, as in they just slaughter a camp and they have low mana cost or anything. It certainly ended up being useful on Cassiopeia when I used her. And it certainly was useful on Cho'Gath as well, because with this passive already, it's kind of cool. But not on everybody. It's hit or miss. But compared to the other options, it seems like when you can just throw a point in there, it is just 1 point. Butcher's the other 1.1 there for tier 1, and it's definitely the one you'll probably end up taking, because it just gives you that little nudge. It doesn't do anything for you in team fights or against other players. But it helps you, last hit in lane better, and it lets you slaughter minions a lot faster. Especially if you're somebody like Warwick, who needs every little boost you can get. And the other one was the basic cooldown reduction and attack speed increasing thingies. Those are the basic ones. So let's just assume I'm playing somebody like, I don't know, Shyvana. I'll probably take Butcher, I'll probably take Feast. Well, actually, Feast is meh. I don't know if I really take it. And I heard I'd actually take the cooldown reduction because, she needs her abilities more than she needs to attack fast. Though attacking fast would actually be good. Double-edged sword. Melee deal an additional 2% damage and receive an additional 1% damage. Ranged. Deal an additional 1.5% damage and receive an additional 1.5% damage. Now, this one, much like other players said, it's only going to be really noticeable on laners, the damage portion of it, because you get to stab everybody, but they probably won't really take it. On junglers, though, you are essentially tanking monsters. That's since season 1. That's essentially what it's been. If you can tank monsters and you can kill them before they beat your ass up, then that you're essentially jungling. So this receiving more damage from the monsters is a lot more noticeable, especially early in the game. But on some junglers, you slaughter them a lot faster, like Shyvana. Again, this is something I would take on Shyvana. Anyways, brute force attack damage at level, you gain up to 4 attack damage at level 18. Same thing as we have, just slightly different numbers. Mental force is ability power. It upgrades into more ability power, just flat out, and the martial mastery into attack damage, which is, if you notice, less than the arcane mastery, because obviously AD champions tend to be a little bit silly when they get a lot of free stats. Spell weaving. Now, actually, I'll skip that one. I'll go to executioner. Increases damage to champions dealt champions below 20% health by 5%. This one's pretty much self-explanatory. You deal more damage to characters that are dying. Now to spell weaving. Damaging an enemy champion with a basic attack increases spell damage by 1%. Stacking up to 3 times. Max damage, 3%, whatever. This one I would actually put on a character like Shyvana or Mordekaiser, depending on what you want. Once again, Shyvana. Just burning them, just punching them with your dragon fists, or punching them and then Qing, you already have all the max stats. All your other spells will deal damage. Your W will deal more damage. Your breath, I think, will deal more damage. That's kind of like a gist of it. Cho'Gath, too, would actually kind of like this if he was going into pure offensive, which you normally wouldn't do, but, the option is there. Then it becomes blade weaving, which is the introverted version of that. Or, the switch version of that. Damaging on any champion with a spell increases basic damage by 1%, stacking up to 3 times. Once again, it's like this is like a mastery set off for a character like Shyvana or Cho'Gath. Just burn people and you get, your basic attack damage up. Punching them, you'll get your spell damage up. It's just like, it's great for hybrids. And I guess Kale too. Warlord increases bonus attack damage by 2%. This is self-explanatory. You're pretty much going to get this if you're going offense. And the other one, Archmage, is essentially the same, but for ability power. Dangerous game. Killing a champion restores up to 5% health and mana. Now, this one's the interesting one. It's a 1.1 there. That's that makes it pretty good. However, at this point, you've already been, introduced to a lot of different options. So this right here is sort of for the true carrying character that will probably kill more than just one. Otherwise, it doesn't seem to be much use. And by the way, that's just plates. If I were to be like Shyvana, like I'd want obviously the offensive one. I'd want spell weaving. And well, then I have to put a 1 point in something else. Well, 2 points. Get this one, Warlord. Then it opens up the next page. And Frenzy is the thing that gives critical hits. I mean, when you get a critical hits, gives you attack speed. Then the magic penetration and armor penetration, which is amazing on pretty much every offensive guy that ever existed. And I would get on Shyvana, obviously. Then there's really kind of nothing else to get on her at this point. So I'd probably just end up getting like Executioner for whatever reason. And then the last one is Havoc. Oh yeah, I forgot. Arcane Blade is just the same one as always. Basic attacks and deal bonus magic damage equal to 5% of your ability power. And Havoc, just plus 3% increased damage. Yay for Havoc.